Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. And today we're doing a Leona game, the first one I received, so I'm going to put it on my channel. And hopefully it will be good. So, I have seen the spotlight, but that's about it. I haven't met her in game yet. And I am trying to level up my US account to level 13. It is now level 17, almost 18, so I still need to play quite a few games, and I played quite a few yesterday. Well, actually, I played about 6, which is not a whole lot for what I used to play, but for now it is a really huge amount. So we are starting off with the regrowth pendant here. And I will discuss the skills just until something real happens, and hopefully I will be done by then. First of all, Sunlight, her innate ability. Leona's damaging spells affect the target with sunlight for 3.5 seconds, and then if you damage those allies, you deal additional magic damage. Well, okay, so some extra damage, which is kind of the feature that a lot of tanks have. They have to deal damage in some way, and this is basically a way to deal damage that isn't affected by anything AP or AD. So you're dealing extra damage just because, well, it's a skill. Then Shield of Daybreak, which is the first skill, and it makes her shield glow. That's actually really nice. Her next auto attack deals an additional 40 magic damage and stuns the target. Well, that's excellent. So here you do have quite a big AP influence. AP of 25, that's a lot of runes. But anyway, so going for probably a less tanky build than was recommended, because I think all of her items that were recommended are tank, yeah. So going for more of an AP build here. I'm not sure what the AP ratios are, and I'm not going to mention that either, because yeah, they're going to be changed anyway, because every champion is either underpowered or overpowered, because there's just not enough well, playtesting done, I guess, early game or early design, and that is why they have to redo almost all of the champions. I think all of the champions have some changes, but I think most of them have a big change. And drawing some turret fire here because of the explosion. So anyway, so we have a stun on Q with additional damage. Then why is it called a shield? I don't know. So it's called a shield, but it doesn't actually shield anything. Eclipse, well, we just saw that. That's a shield for 30 bonus armor and magic resistance. And after 3 seconds it deals 60 magic damage to nearby enemies. And if you hit an enemy you get an additional shield. So that's a really good ability. I mean, that is probably overpowered in and of itself. I would pick this skill first and, well, max it first and everything, because it is just an awesome skill. And 30 is quite a lot for level 1, so I'm pretty sure it will level up, because it always does. Zenith Blade then. There's 60 magic damage to all enemies in a line. So let's see. Oh, that's actually just a... Oh yeah, that's that one. So going for the Warwick here, and might actually get it. Oh no, the stun from Annie preventing that. Yeah, it's a shame she didn't hit the Zenith Blade. The last enemy struck will be immobilized, and yeah, you can actually close the distance quite quickly. So she may have better waited for the Warwick to run away and then hit him, because then you can actually catch up with them. But using a skill shot on a retreating enemy is a lot easier than on an enemy that's walking, well, parallel to you. Because, well, mainly there's no targeting involved, so you don't have to guess where they are going to be in a few seconds. So unfortunately missing out on the first kill here. And then her ultimate. Solar Flare, after a brief delay, calls down a piece of solar energy, dealing 150 magic damage and slow enemies by 80%. Wow. So that's basically a stun for a second and a half. Enemies in the center are slowed, and we will have to see how big of a area of effect that is. But it's basically an area of effect damage plus plus slow / stun. So also a very good ability. And no, this is not good. But oh no, they don't finish him off. Wow. Really nice play by Alistar there. And yeah, Leona really made the mistake of running in 1v2. Should have retreated and waited for them to have a better opportunity, because there's always a better opportunity available, and in this case you are almost certain you're going to get killed. Well, in this case you were certain you were going to get killed, and there is going to be either a retreat from the Alistar to base and then you're 2v1 against Teemo. Wow, why didn't I do any damage? Well, she does have some AP, but that didn't do any damage, and that was a max range spear, javelin. Yeah, so. But yeah, you want to wait for something better to come along if you're if you're in this situation. It's, as I said, if Alistar retreats, you're going to have 1v2 with Teemo like they have now, and they should really not kill all the minions like this. But if you you wait and the Alistar is not actually retreating, you have a low health Alistar who is pushing the lane, because they were definitely pushing the lane, and you can actually kill them that way. Yeah, Teemo is dead here, I'm assuming, but I assumed that like 3 times already. And wow, Alistar dying with him. Nicely done, keeping the engagement going, and Nidalee, well, nice job on not getting killed basically. So, Philosopher's Stone now, only 17 minion kills, but with most of the tanky champions it is really hard to get a lot of minion kills. They have a 2v1 lane up top, I just noticed that. I thought that Warwick was jungling, but now I'm sure, but he doesn't have the smite. He does have a very useless ghost, because, well, Warwick doesn't need ghosts. And oh, that was the ultimate. I actually noticed because of the slow. And yeah, nothing is going to happen here. But Warwick is doing a decent job at jungling. He's at 25 million kills, which is pretty good. And he already has 2 kills. So that is pretty good. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is the shop and this is the summoner platform. So if you're here, you cannot shop. But if you're here or here, you can still shop. There's a lot of confusion about that, because they aren't the same thing. So a lot of people think you have to be on the summoner platform to shop. You don't have to. You have to be in a certain circumference of the or within a certain radius of the shop, which is this one once again. And yeah, I've seen a lot of those remarks recently, and you can shop anywhere near the shop, but you cannot shop on the bottom part of the summoner platform because the shop just the range of the shop just isn't big enough to do that. Anyway, Nidalee running into a mushroom here. We didn't actually get to see the animation, which is one of the bugs in the program still. And I personally really think they should fix the fact that you cannot look into bushes from the outside. So I think that the oracles and what's the other one called? The pink ward, that they should actually provide vision in the bushes. So if you put vision ward here, so the pink one, you should actually be so next to the bush, you should actually be able to look in the bushes for anything that's in there. And I know they don't want to do that, but it does just make sense that you would have some kind of a possible protection against mushrooms in the bushes, because really at the moment there's no protection. And as you can see, running into some mushrooms here, multiple mushrooms, as I said plenty of times already, multiple mushrooms don't do anything at all. And almost getting killed here. Oh, actually getting killed here. Not getting healed by Nidalee. I think Nidalee did have her heal up, but I'm not actually sure if she already used her heal. But she gets out at about 60% HP, and she should have definitely healed the tank, because the HP on a tank are worth a whole lot more damage. And a really nice gank here by Anivia, doing a good job placing the wall there. And yeah, Teemo's dead as well. The wall was really good, because it allows you to look into the bush if it hits the bush, but also because Teemo couldn't run from this bush to this bush because of the wall. And yes, the wall is one of the few things you can do to look inside of a bush, but you still cannot see the mushrooms. There are a few things you can do, but if you place a ward, for example, or if you place one of the turrets from Heimerdinger or something like that, and there is a mushroom there, it will just explode and it will still damage you. And that to me is really annoying, because it is damage that you cannot really prevent, and this game should be skill based. So you should have some kind of ability for each champion that every champion can use. So something in in one of the items that allows you to scout the bushes for hidden items. I mean, that is obviously the items in the bush are you can just walk into the bush and there's no problem. Or you can just wait, because all of the visible items, they shoot at the minions, for example, like Heimerdinger turrets. You can put them in the bush, sure, and they're hidden, but then they will automatically attack the minions if they come close. But it's the hidden items that I have a problem with. So anyway, we just see some nice pushing going on, but then they get ganked from behind because they don't have a ward out, and having a ward out is, well, kind of necessary. But they don't have any wards. They don't have a ward on Dragon, even though there's a jungler on the enemy team. Yeah, the javelins for some reason don't do anything. Oh, he only has the Doran's ring still. Yeah, we get some lag here, which was actually on my computer, so not on the replay. And yeah, I've had that a couple of times in the past, but last few games were actually really good in that regard. And Garen deciding not to go after the weak as champions, but decides to go after the minions, which in this case I really don't agree with. Wow. Yeah, if you're this low and there's 3 champions in your lane, you know there's 4 champions there, and there's only 3 in your lane, you can probably bet that someone is in the bushes. I mean, people always want to be sneaky like that. So at least they do get a kill back. Or, well, 2 kills. So it's 10 and 8 now overall, and our Leona is doing a 1 and 3 start, which is not brilliant, but it's not too bad. I mean, fortunately not everyone has a 1-3 start, but the whole bottom lane, which would be Leona plus Nidalee, is doing a 3-3, so that's pretty good. So Warwick bugging out a little bit here, and yeah, he's going after someone who still has her egg up. Oh no, she doesn't have her egg up, never mind. So he was doing a good chase there, and he almost got her too. And Leona is just walking around a little bit, just trying to... I spotted something here, but something was there. Maybe they put down a ward. So are we going for dragon, yes or no? Oh, it was a mushroom, of course. So I don't know why she didn't go for dragon there. It was obviously going to work, but yeah, this Teemo is dead. Unless Annie can help, and Annie can help. Yeah, look out, Garen, you are in trouble here. Missing the skill shot once again. And there's a mushroom there. Again doing no damage with the javelin. That must be really annoying. Because it is her biggest source of damage on Nidalee. And if it doesn't do any damage, then you're just going to have to pounce on everybody. But it is such a nice harassment skill if it actually does damage, and well, what we saw, it doesn't do anything. So nobody's scared of that javelin hitting them. Well, normally I would be very scared of the javelin. And he's dead. But, well, he's still an egg. And they are in time to actually... Yeah. Oh, sorry. I missed that, but I got that. So they are going to kill 4 of them here, with an excellent slow there. And yeah, the slow on the ultimate is a little bit too strong in my opinion, or they should maybe make it a harder shot to land. Because now it is a big amount of damage. I mean, 150 damage is decent for an ultimate at level 1. Plus it has some AP ratio of, well, about 70% I think. Not actually sure, of course. But 25 out of 31. That's about 3/4. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, so it does quite some damage, and then it's an 80% slow, which is basically, yeah, in 1.5 seconds you're not going to move anywhere. And then, of course, you get the stun as well, but the stun is really hard to land. But if we compare it to, for example, the grenades on Heimerdinger, which is exactly the same thing, by the way, they travel really slowly. So there is no way you're going to hit the stun if your opponent actually knows what he's doing. And this guy is dead. Yeah, indeed. So, and in the meantime, they get a revenge kill here with the Warwick. Actually picking up the Fortify here, that is really, yeah. It wouldn't be my skill of choice. I mean, I know there's some people saying that it is actually a good skill. Just too late there on the, whatever it's called, the sword thingy, Zenith Blade. And there you go, the stun. But this stun is actually, yeah, you can easily land it because it takes like, I don't know, 3/4 of a second, maybe a second to fall. So to actually hit. And the grenade, once more from Heimerdinger, actually takes, I don't know, 2 seconds to hit the target, and by that time they will have moved out of the way or at least seen where the grenade is, and they will just walk away from that spot. And even though here they can see where it lands, and with the Heimerdinger grenade they cannot see where it lands, it is still, compared to that, it's kinda too powerful. Plus the Heimer grenade doesn't slow, it only stuns if you hit someone right with the grenade. And otherwise it is just, what's it called? I forgot the name. A blind, that's it. So you can still escape, and this one is really useful as an anti-getaway tool, kinda to catch up with someone. Don't know what the range on this is, by the way. So not the explosive range, but the range where you can cast it. And there is someone here. Yes, there we go. Xin Zhao getting stunned here. And no, nothing happens. So Flash is up again, which would help with several of the abilities. And we see Alistar once again getting killed. Oh, he used ultimate, and that might actually save him. No, don't chase him. Everyone's there. Yeah, they have a lot of tankiness on this team, with Garen, Singed, and Leona. I forgot her name already. Leona is actually a good name, but I just forgot it. And actually getting a kill with the ultimate, and doing a lot of stunning, but yeah, then in turret range, it is very hard to survive. And once again, someone getting killed by the turrets, and maybe a third one here. Wow. No, he actually gets away. So they lose 2 champions to the turrets, but they do get some nice damage done. I mean, 5 for 2, that is pretty good. Especially the 5, of course, because that means if nobody's around, you can just push the turret. But well, Anivia decided to go home, even though there were no longer any enemies on the map. They could have easily killed this turret. And yeah, in the end, nothing happens except that they farm up a little bit. Well, they did get this turret, but yeah, that was already very low health, and I'm not even sure they took it out. Probably just the minions took it out. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen next, obviously, but this would be a good spot to be in. A little bit too early on the shield there, but you want to explode that when you're in the middle of the fight. But yeah, not actually taking the best approach here. Losing 2 for 0. Because they were up against 5 champions, and they still haven't taken out this dragon. They still haven't awarded the dragon either. At least someone awarded this. And I'm not sure where the vision is coming from, by the way. Because it seems that they have a ward here, but they don't. At least I don't see it. Is this the ward? Come on, how do I miss a ward? I don't know, this is not the ward, by the way. I did notice that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. No, I don't see it on the minimap either, but that might just be something graphical. And we are seeing her jungle here. So the shield actually triggers on minions as well, so the second 3 seconds. And I would say that minions in the forest aren't actually enemies. I mean, you can say that, yeah, too early on the shield once again. You can say that the minions in lane are enemies because they are actively attacking you, but the minions in the forest would be neutrals, and neutrals aren't enemies. They are neutrals. So, what are we going to do now? Are we going to play a round of all random all mid? Well, not random, I guess, but at least some all mid action here. With at least 4 of the champions being mid. Alistar is missing, but and 5 of the blue team. And there's Alistar. So they didn't pay attention to the bottom lane, losing a turret there. And, well, might still be, yeah, Alistar using his ultimate a lot too early. There is no need to use it, and now he actually needed it, and he dies. And, yeah, nicely done. Taking a lot of damage here, the Nidalee. But, yeah, still alive. Yeah, they should really push this turret instead of just doing some random stuff this time. But now they have 4 champions, so they know they can push now. This is obvious. And yeah, all of them are up now. But they can still get the inhibitor if they move quickly enough. Yeah, that doesn't work. If Anivia doesn't pay attention, then it doesn't work. Does Anivia have clarity? Yeah. She just had a whole lot less mana, but having clarity on Anivia is yeah, it is useful, but you need blue buff anyway, no matter what you do. And you are normally going to just get one of the mana items, and she doesn't have any mana items. She just has the Doran's Ring to have some mana regen. So I guess clarity in this case would be acceptable. It's not extremely good, but it is acceptable. So how's the Teemo doing? Because Teemo seems to do a lot of things with his mushrooms, or a lot of mushrooms seems to be hit, but he only has 9 assists. Well, only. It is a decent amount. Seeing that they only have 16 kills and he's been involved in 11 of them. So that is quite excellent. But yeah, the Teemo mushrooms are really a great initiator if someone runs into them. Because, well, if you slow them and you do damage over time, then that is an excellent way to go. Yeah, the ultimate from Warwick, obviously not the correct time, because there's no one around to do the damage in the 1.5 second stun. Well, it's not actually a stun, it's some kind of disable, I don't know what they called it. And yeah, you need to wait with the disable until you can actually do some damage with your team, but Annie was much too far away. And wow, nice amount of damage she's taking here. And doesn't have a flash, but is drawing everyone into the dragon den, I guess. And they might actually get a full ace here. Wow, really nice, and surviving that. Because of, well, not because of the heal, but the heal of Nidalee actually worked wonders there. And Anivia dies. So that's a 5 for 1 then. Teemo getting another kill. Because, well, they didn't check the bushes with one of their healthy characters, but instead Anivia just ran into the bush. And of course that is not the way to do it. And nobody's taking this out. Because Warwick is already back up, it seems. Yeah, everyone's back up. They could have easily gotten that. I don't know. But instead they went for a useless turret on the top lane. Yeah, she really needs her ultimate here. And that was excellently done on Warwick's part. Although the ultimate really wasn't necessary. He could have finished that off without it. And could have still had his ultimate for when his team shows up for this fight. But his team doesn't show up. So a 3-2 surrender vote, but if you're 17 kills behind like this, and you, yeah, if you get one kill and you get killed for it, you're not going to get back. But they still have their inhibitor, which is surprising, to say the least. Because, well, it should have been taken out about 5 minutes ago. When they first came in. When they actually took out this turret, they should have taken out this turret as well. And then the next push they shouldn't have just gotten this turret and not the inhibitor. They should have gotten the inhibitor as well. They are a lot stronger here, and yeah, they keep just retreating instead of attacking. But Leona doing a good job here, I think, especially since it's a new character. This one, this time timing the shield correctly, but not actually taking the damage here, which was kind of because Nidalee decided to go in first, but Nidalee has a good heal, so no problems. And we see a surrender, so well played. And thank you for sending me my first Leona game. If you think you can do better, send it to me, and I might even cast it before all of the other matches. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to rate the video. GG.